Welcome to Food Health 360. This is your trusted source for the latest updates in global and US health, from vaccines and drug breakthroughs to food safety and disease trends. Let's dive into the June 2025 medical headlines. Verified by top sources like the FDA, WHO, and clinical journals, this is your trusted source for the latest updates in global and US health, from vaccines and drug breakthroughs to food safety and disease trends. Let's dive into the June 2025 medical headlines. Verified by top sources like the FDA, WHO, and clinical journals. In today's report, we bring you 10 key updates. 1. The FDA removes REMS restrictions on CAR-T cancer therapies. 2. A new RSV antibody for infants, clesrovimab, is under FDA review. 3. The COVID antiviral encetrelvir shows promised in early trials. 4. Moderna introduces a new COVID vaccine stable at 2-5 degrees Celsius. 5. The FDA tightens COVID vaccine approval for healthy adults under 6. Salmonella outbreak is linked to pistachio ice cream imported from Turkey. 7. Trader Joe's and Little Remedies issue recalls over listeria and bacterial contamination. 8. The FDA reconsiders the safety of food additives. Red dye no. 3. And BHT9. Investigations reveal drug safety concerns at Indian pharmaceutical plants. 10. And globally, vaccine access and outbreak response continue to face challenges. Let's get started. It's time for your weekly global health update. You're watching this channel. Here's what you need to know for the week of June 2025. Mpox has been silently spreading across Central Africa since 2023. And now, the World Health Organization is sounding the alarm. With more than 29,000 suspected cases reported so far this year and more than 800 deaths, this outbreak is alarming. This decision follows reports of a rare but serious neurological side effect, acute cerebellar, which affects the brain's coordination and balance. But will it live up to the hype? Well, early data suggests it just might. Lenacapavir is a long-acting anti-HIV medication that has shown good results in clinical trials. On June 26, the WHO released a statement reaffirming its position on the use of thimerosal in multi-dose vaccines, particularly in lower-source countries where single-dose vials are scarce. According to a study published in The Lancet, this decline can be attributed to several factors, including misinformation, disruptions caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, and a general decline in public trust in vaccines. Please note that our videos are not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or another qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. To support us, please consider making a donation. Until next time, stay healthy and informed. The study analyzed data from 195 countries and found that the number of children receiving vaccines for diseases like measles, polio, and diphtheria has declined by 9 million. This drop represents a 5% decrease from 2019 levels and is the largest decline since 2000. The study highlights the urgent need to address vaccine hesitancy and misinformation, which can have serious consequences for public health. One of the key findings of the study is that the decline in vaccination rates is not uniform across regions or diseases. For example, the largest drops were seen in the Eastern Mediterranean region, where vaccination rates fell by 10%. Similarly, the decline was more pronounced for vaccines against preventable diseases such as measles and polio compared to those against other conditions. The study suggests that these differences may be due to various factors, including cultural beliefs, religious practices, and access to healthcare services. Another important aspect highlighted by the study is the role of the COVID-19 pandemic in exacerbating vaccine hesitancy and disrupting immunization programs. The pandemic led to widespread fear and uncertainty, which some parents exploited to avoid vaccinating their children. Additionally, healthcare systems were overwhelmed during the pandemic, which resulted in a backlog of vaccinations and a shortage of healthcare workers. The organization stated that it has reviewed recent studies on the safety of thimerosal. No evidence to support a causal link between thimerosal and adverse health outcomes. The debate surrounding the safety of thimerosal has been ongoing for years, with some individuals claiming that it can cause developmental problems in children. However, the WHO maintains that the preservative is safe and necessary to prevent contamination and wastage of vaccines. In its statement, the WHO acknowledged the importance of public trust in vaccines and the need to address concerns about vaccine safety. However, the organization also stressed that the benefits of vaccination far outweigh any potential risks. Thimerosal is commonly used in multi-dose vials of vaccines, including those for measles, mumps, rubella, and influenza. Its use in single-dose vials is limited. The WHO recommends that countries implement appropriate policies based on their specific circumstances, taking into account the availability of single-dose vials and the risk of vaccine waste. The decision to use thimerosal in vaccines should be made on a case-by-case basis, weighing the potential benefits against any risks. The drug is administered as an injection once a month and has shown up to 100% effectiveness in reducing the amount of HIV in people. If approved, it would be a game changer in the fight against HIV. But how does it compare to other treatments out there? Well, currently, people living with HIV take daily pills to keep the virus under control. But this can be challenging, and lenacapavir offers a convenient alternative. Plus, it's shown great results in combination with other anti-HIV drugs. Now, while the monthly injections are a bit of a hassle, the potential benefits are huge. The convenience and high efficacy make it a game changer. And if all goes well, it could become available for prevention purposes too. Imagine being able to get a shot every 6 months that protects you from getting HIV. That would be a huge step forward. Although the suspension only applies to individuals aged 60 and above, the company developing the vaccine has chosen to pause the entire rollout until further research can be conducted. Through 2030, the funding aims to boost child vaccination rates in lower-income countries, protect children from vaccine-preventable diseases, and save thousands of lives. Gavi's CEO Dr. Seth Berkley highlighted the importance of routine immunization and the impact of disruptions caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. He emphasized that the funds will help ensure that vaccines reach children who need them most. Dr. Chris Elias, president of the Global Development Division at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, noted that 1 in 4 children worldwide is not receiving essential vaccines, putting them and others at risk. The funding will focus on increasing access to vaccines, improving immunization delivery systems, and addressing vaccine hesitancy and misinformation. The initiative is part of a broader effort to improve global health and development outcomes, particularly in the area of immunity. The vaccine suspension highlights the importance of ongoing monitoring and assessment of vaccine safety, even after they have been approved for use. Chikungunya is a viral infection spread by mosquitoes that causes fever, joint pain, and severe headaches. Currently, there is no cure for the disease. Manufacturers must strike a careful balance between providing effective vaccines and ensuring the safety of those who receive them. While Mpox is not as deadly as Ebola, which has an average fatality rate of 50%, it still poses a significant threat. The results showed that the vaccine is effective in preventing severe dengue, but may increase the risk of hospitalization in people who have not had dengue before. Despite its effectiveness against severe dengue, the vaccine has been linked to an increased risk of hospitalization in those without prior infection. According to the study published in The Lancet, this phenomenon is likely due to antibody-dependent enhancement, or AID. This occurs when existing antibodies enhance the entry of the virus into cells, leading to increased viral replication and more severe disease. The study highlights the importance of understanding the risks and benefits of vaccines, and the need for personalized medicine approaches that take into account an individual's medical history and risk factors. Neti vaccines, such as those used for COVID-19, have shown promise in reducing the risk of AIDS. Consequently, several manufacturers are creating new versions of their vaccines using this technology. These new vaccines are expected to enter clinical trials soon, and if proven effective, could become an alternative for individuals at risk of dengue. Unlike smallpox, which was eradicated worldwide in 1979, Mpox continues to circulate in animal populations, posing a risk for continued outbreaks. In response, the WHO is mobilizing resources to support affected countries, including deploying experts to assist with surveillance, laboratory testing, and communication. The affected countries include Cameroon, the Central African Republic, Congo, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, and Nigeria. The chikungunya vaccine XCHIK has been suspended for adults aged 60 and older due to safety concerns. A recent study has shed light on the benefits and drawbacks of the dengue vaccine. There is a new kid on the block in the fight against HIV, and it's making waves with its once-a-month injection and incredible efficacy. The Group of Seven, G7, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have pledged nearly $9 billion to support Gavi. The Vaccine Alliance, the World Health Organization, has come to the defense of the controversial vaccine preservative, despite growing concerns about its safety. In a troubling new report, childhood vaccination rates have dropped globally for the first time in 2 decades. Thank you for watching this episode of Global Health Update, June 2025.